But first tonight, the father of a missing 6-month-old boy who was found dead now faces several new charges, including malice murder. Antonio Pierce made his first court appearance this morning, where a Clayton County judge denied him bond. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Investigators say Pierce provided false statements in the search for his son, Nikai Pratt. Fox 5's Eric Perry has the latest developments from Clayton County. Eric?
Yeah, Courtney, Russ, hello to both of you. I was there for that first appearance earlier, but we did not see the charges of malice murder or tampering with evidence, concealing the body, aggravated assault, aggravated battery. None of those. Those came later in the day against this father. Take a look. This is where that 6-month-old little boy was found there. Many people coming out, leaving little teddy bears, just something to remember that precious soul there. All of this started Sunday morning. That father claiming that boy was stolen or taken after kidnapped by armed robbers, but police say that simply wasn't the case.
It's heartbreaking. And I'm finna go in there and hug my kids and do all I can with mine, just, to seize the moments that we have.
A Clayton County neighborhood still stunned after the body of a 6-month-old Nikai Pratt was found Tuesday evening.
Provide contradictory statements in an investigation of a missing child, and when witness accounts verified your contradictory statements, you admitted to concealing and falsifying material fact.
This was the child's father, Antonio Pierce, Wednesday morning as he went before a Clayton County magistrate judge.
I am not able to sit a bond in your case because of your recent criminal history, your out-of-state criminal history, and the nature and the basis of these charges.
Bond denied while Pierce was arrested on unrelated traffic and gun charges. Investigators say he lied to them during the investigation into his missing 6-month-old son. Nikai was reported missing Sunday. Pierce initially said there was an armed robbery and the robbers took the baby as they took off. Police investigators say parts of his story did not add up. An extensive search yielded heartbreaking results Tuesday after they found that infant's body in a wooded area near the apartment complex.
Yeah, I've seen the twins before. The father actually came to my house on occasion and brought the twins.
This man only talked with Fox 5. He says he knows the father. He says Sunday morning, Antonio Pierce gave him a bag to hold.
I looked in the bag, and it was a gun and drugs in the bag. I'm an ex-felon, so that kind of just messed me up a lot a bit. I didn't know how the community was going to take it, so I actually got woken up about at 3:39 that next morning, and I turned the bag into the police because that was the right thing to do.
I asked him his message to Pierce.
I just hope he get what he deserves, whatever that is.
All right, back out here live, that exclusive one-on-one interview with him. He says he just needed the truth to come out there. Now, earlier we told you that that other twin, that little girl, was with the mom and that police did not believe she was involved in this. Well, we have since learned Clayton County police say they are looking into her in relation to this case here, and that little girl is in child custody with the state, of course. So many questions in this, hoping to find answers, but it's been a heartbreaking couple of days here in Clayton County. I'm Eric Perry, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, heartbreaking for the entire community. Eric, thank you. A man has been arrested and charged in connection with his girlfriend's murder days after she was reported missing. Cobb County police say Cecil McCrary confessed to killing his girlfriend, Tangi Davis, and burying her body in Atlanta. Davis's son reported her missing after he hadn't heard from her for a few days, which was highly unusual. The son also found his mother's car parked in a grocery store parking lot in Mableton. Authorities were able to find Davis's remains. Officers say they previously responded to multiple domestic violence incidents involving McCrary and Davis. At the time of the homicide, McCrary was out on pretrial release for kidnapping and aggravated assault. The GBI is investigating a shooting that sent a 16-year-old girl to the hospital in DeKalb County. It happened yesterday afternoon at an apartment complex on Tree Hills Parkway in Stone Mountain. Police say they found 2 teens, a boy and a girl, armed with guns, and told the girl to drop her weapon. When they say she reached for it, officers shot her. Medics took her to the hospital. She's expected to be okay, they tell us. The boy was taken into custody. Officials say 2 guns were recovered at the scene.
A shooting in Henry County led to a high-speed chase into Atlanta, ending with a car flipping near a hospital in Buckhead. Clayton County deputies say they saw the suspect's car in their jurisdiction and tried pulling the driver over, but they refused to stop, which started the high-speed chase onto 75. The driver hit a car before I-20 and kept going into Atlanta, hitting 3 more cars along Peachtree Street. Authorities say the chase came to an end around 8:30 last night when the suspect car flipped over near Piedmont Hospital. Investigators confirmed no deputies, police, or troopers were hurt. We are learning more tonight about a horrific accident in Jackson County. 8 family members were killed when a semi-truck slammed into their van on 85, causing it to catch fire. The chain reaction also involved 4 other vehicles. Fox 5's Annie Mapp is live in Peachtree Corners, and Annie, you managed to speak to a group that was also involved in that accident.
I did. I spoke with Fur Kids Animal Rescue. One of their employees was actually driving a van with several cats when this tragedy happened. It left the van totaled, the driver with stitches, and 2 cats nowhere to be found.
Grateful that he survived this horrible accident.
Fur Kids Animal Rescue founder Samantha Shelton says one of their drivers had started his journey to Vermont, where he planned to take 37 cats to a no-kill animal shelter. But as he drove on I-85 in Jackson County, the unthinkable happened. According to Shelton, the driver had just slowed down due to traffic in front of him.
And then within seconds, he said there was a terrible impact from behind. And an 18-wheeler was not paying attention and hit 2 vehicles that then pushed our van, thankfully, into an 18-wheeler. And that 18-wheeler dragged him 100 yards ahead away from the fire.
A fire that Georgia State Patrol says occurred when the 18-wheeler that caused the multi-vehicle crash hit a van carrying a family of 8. All of them pronounced dead on the scene.
Terror. When I received the phone call, I will never forget it. That moment of someone telling you on the other end of a line that there has been a horrible accident, and it's your worst fear.
An 18-hour drive cut short. The Fur Kids driver was left with stitches and the van completely crushed. Shelton says crews had to use the jaws of life to rescue the animals.
Miraculously, by the grace of God, we were able to recover successfully 35 of 37 cats that were loose in a van with the windows blown out.
And Shelton says they have been unable to locate 2 cats that were lost. Now, as for the accident, a truck driver is now facing charges of vehicular homicide and feticide. For now, reporting in Peachtree Corners, Annie Mapp, Fox 5 News.
It's just a horrific tragedy. Annie, thanks. New at 6, a woman died in a head-on collision in Cobb County this morning. Officers responded to Lower Roswell Road, east of Shadow Lawn Road. They say a black Honda Accord driven by Brianda Joya left the eastbound lanes and entered the westbound lanes, and she crashed into a gray Lexus driven by Caitlin Ricketts. Medics took Joya to Wellstar Kennestone Hospital, where she died. Ricketts was also injured. In Troup County, officials are investigating the death of an inmate. They say 56-year-old Jody Wilson had a mental episode yesterday at the Troup County Jail and was examined by jail medical staff and then transferred to Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center. Well, this morning, jail staff were notified that Wilson died at the hospital. Officials say he was in jail for a probation violation. The GBI is conducting an independent investigation since the cause of death is unknown. The Fulton County Sheriff says the current situation at the Fulton County Jail is beyond an emergency situation. Sheriff Patrick Labatt says he has been sounding the alarm since he took office almost 5 years ago that more staff and resources are necessary to keep the jail safe.
His comments come after some critics went before the county commission to complain about the Rice Street facility. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us now after talking to the sheriff. Angelique, what did he have to say?
Well, good afternoon to you both. The sheriff says county officials have just not given him what he needs to keep the jail safe, not only for inmates, but his staff. He says that staffing and overcrowding continue to be a problem. In fact, today we learned that 66 inmates are sleeping on the floor. Now, Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt says, unlike a whole lot of other people, he has been focused on safety since day one. He says staff retention not recruitment, is the huge issue. He says he's lost 290 people, primarily to other agencies this year alone. Now, the sheriff says following the attack of the 20-year-old inmate who is now on life support and the deputy who was attacked with a shank, more people are starting to understand what he has said all along, that more staff, more support, and more resources are needed at the jail.
There's momentum in the right direction. People need to listen to what I have said for the past 4.5 years, and not just listen, understand that you can continue to be deliberately indifferent about what we need and try and block what we need, but ultimately lives are in our hands. And what's important to not to miss is that there is a criminal justice failure. The judges need more resources. The DA's office needs more resources. The public defender's office needs more resources. And we need people to lean into that.
So you need more resources?
Absolutely. I've said that from day one. These are decades-long issues. Keep in mind, there have only been 67 consent decrees in terms of jails. In the history of the United States, we own 3 of them. Decades and decades and decades of the board, the sheriff's office, really seeing things through a different lens.
And the federal monitor was on the ground at the Rice Street Jail all last week. The sheriff says things are improving under that consent decree. That is, of course, good news. He also wanted to make sure that I let viewers know that maintenance is not a function of the Fulton County Sheriff's Office. That is, again, something that the county does. So inmates sleeping on the floor gets back to the county having to maintain the building. We will have much more on the sheriff's interview. You can see that on our website, fox5atlanta.com. Reporting live from downtown, Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, just not right that dozens of inmates are sleeping on the floor. Angelique, thanks.